All right, had a nice breakfast here at the hotel. Now we're gonna head back over to Deadwood, go to Mount Moriah Cemetery and to Adams Museum, and then we're going to head out to Mt Rushmore, and then we'll come back here, take a taxi back over to Deadwood, have an evening over there, and taxi it back here, and then tomorrow we head back. Been a great trip. Hotels have been fantastic, places to stay, breakfast included. It's all been great. So, all right, catch up with you in a bit. Almost done. Mount Moriah Cemetery at the entrance. Somber yet interesting place. I probably won't video much of this until we get to Wild Bill's spot, which is pretty much why we came here. My battery's about to die, so when it does, that'll be the end of this one. I just hope yeah, I did bring another battery. They keep the grounds up very nice. I would hope that relatives of these folks appreciate that and come out and visit their loved ones. Pretty interesting. That one's from 1920. All right, continuing with Mount Moriah Cemetery. Pretty interesting. You have to stay on the trail, which makes sense. (1950s, 1920s, 1920s). Interesting. Oh, see, somebody's been out to put flowers and flags. That's good. So this is the resting place of Wild Bill. J.B. Hickok died August 2nd, 1876 by pistol shot, age 39 years old. Custer was lonely without him, erected by J.H. Reardon of New York, 1891. But I believe that his good friend is actually the one that had that commission. Yeah, that is true. And there's Calamity Jane next to him. Miss M.E. Burke. I think she died about 20 or 30 years after the fact, after Wild Bill did. Charlie Utter is the one that had the grave moved. Charlie actually did well with his trading business and his tracking business. So he had money to have the grave moved and the statue erected. So I'm just going to record as we walk over to Calamity Jane's side. I know recording in a grave site is probably a bit morbid, but this is more for the historical value than anything. And there she is, Miss Jane. Yep, very cool.
47 years old.
Yeah, she wasn't an old lady. And here you have graves that, you know, unmarked graves. People they found with no headstones and they reburied up here. Yep. All right. We're going to walk up the path a bit, but this will probably end the recording unless I find somebody of notoriety. Which, you know, all these people have notoriety. They were out here and they risked their lives to settle the area and did so. My hat's off to everybody here. Okay, coming back to Jane's spot, and since, which is probably down here, but since you can't get onto Bill's, we're gonna do this. We're gonna put the rock right here as a tribute to Jane and to Bill. Share it with Bill. Now we're at the Adams House Museum. Adams was a philanthropist who really helped take care of Deadwood. It's a beautiful home. And what we're going to see inside is basically how they lived. Okay, unfortunately, we can't get in right now. It's only by tour, and the next tour is an hour and a half from now, and we have a lot to do today that we want to try and get in. So we were here, we saw, and we're moving on. There's some artifacts in the Deadwood Museum. And that is Potato Creek Johnny's actual gold nugget. He found that. That's what made him rich, and that's what allowed him, as a latecomer and a little guy, to be buried next to Wild Bill. This is the first locomotive in Black Hills. It's a tiny thing. I wonder, and we're going to keep looking, whether or not they ever found Bill's big coat, which I think was buffalo. Let's see. Okay, well, you're not seeing things. It's no trick. Cow with two heads. And this was a marketing tool for the stagecoach company or the buggy company, and they made a small one just for display. And one of the richer fellows in town bought one for his kids, and Tom Thumb owned the other one. And this is a stone inscription and it reads, "We got all of the gold we could carry on our ponies, and it was all got by the Indians. I have lost my gun and nothing to eat, and Indians are hunting me." That's probably the last thing this man wrote. All right, there's the post office and the Adams Museum behind me, the post office, and on the other side of the street is the old train station. Well, the newer old train station. All right, everybody, thanks for watching. Mount Rushmore National Memorial. Here we go. And there it is. We'll get closer in a second. Sturgis, South Dakota. We have no idea where we're going. We're just going to walk around and see what there is.
Don't be shy, we got a nice big dance floor out here. We encourage dancing. We are, he said, she said, just more and more. Alright, kind of mixing some stuff up here.
Well, we made it home. Long trip, one way, almost 1,600 miles. Super truck had absolutely no problems, no issues. Got a little hot a couple of times going up through the mountains at over 100 degrees at 80 miles an hour, but other than that, super truck did great. Thanks for watching, everybody. Don't forget, like and subscribe. Appreciate it. See you next time.